in business. Oops. What is happening? Am I live? Yes, we are live. Awesome. All right. Just make sure that this is working. Awesome. Yes, great. All right. Cool. Hello, everybody. So, hi, Alex Hitchwins. What's up? Thanks for being here. So, okay. I'm still trying to get the hang out of this YouTube Live thing. It's just so different from Facebook Live. Facebook Live's so easy. You push a button, you're live. There's no like third-party encoding software you have to set up or anything. Let's see, like this is it. Like looks like it's lagging for me. I don't know what's going on here. So yes, great. Okay, I think I'm awesome. All right, cool. Well, people are checking in, and I'm just gonna keep going. So. Hi everybody, my name's Heather, and thank you for being here. I've decided that I'm just going to do a weekly YouTube live show every Wednesday. My plan was to do this at 6 p.m., but I was running late, so here we are at 7:24 Pacific Standard Time. And the reason why I have a Facebook live show every Monday on my business's Facebook page. And my business is called ShareSpark Media, and the goal of ShareSpark Media is to educate and empower people to utilize digital media to achieve meaningful goals. So a lot of it is like personal branding, social media marketing, just really anything with social media and communication technology. That's what I focus on. And I spent all of November building an online school for classes that have to do with these topics. And you can see it if you want to check it out. It's at hub.sharesparkmedia.com. But anyway, because of that, like my personal brand is entrepreneurship. Because if you guys are new to my channel, or if you're new to my videos, I'm no successful entrepreneur. I don't even pretend. Like I'm not going to pretend like I'm some super successful entrepreneur. My vlog channel is about my entrepreneurial journey, which I started April 16th officially of this year. So all my vlogs are really just kind of like documenting my journey in starting this business. But because now I have like two brands, it's been hard to kind of like promote both and create content for both. But now that I've got the ShareSpark part like kind of up and running, I want to put more energy into the entrepreneurial personal brand that is HeatherJustCreate and my YouTube vlog channel. So that's why I was like, okay, to kind of get me on a consistent schedule, I want to be doing this YouTube live show, and just to talk about a lot of the questions that, you guys have been asking me. I get so many questions from you guys, and like I said, I'm not an expert or anything. I just took a chance. I did it, and I think that's the hardest part is just taking that first step. It's totally scary. It's so scary, and I mean, like, there's a statistic where 90% of businesses fail. So it's scary as hell to just jump out of the plane knowing that you only have a 10% chance that your parachute's gonna deploy. But speaking from someone on the other side, if you are watching this and you are thinking about entrepreneurship, I'm gonna tell you it's the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. Not a day goes by where I don't have a panic attack, where I don't feel stressed as shit. Like, I am so stressed. I am financially stressed. Like, there's anxiety every day. But I'll tell you, like, it is the best decision I've ever made, ever. I've never had an opportunity where I've been pushed to my limits in terms of, like, what I'm capable of. My creativity, the ideas that I can come up with, and just, like, I don't know what kind of individual I am, what kind of team member am I? Like, I never had an opportunity to explore this part of myself until I was just like, go, just do it and see what you can come up with. And so it's been the most amazing thing ever, and I would never go back to working for somebody. I'd love to work with somebody and collaborate, but it's just so much fun doing this. But it's not easy. There's no way that it's easy. So anyway, like that's what this YouTube live show is going to be about. Like I said, I get a ton of questions from you guys just asking me anything, and I'm more than happy to share my experience. I'm more than happy to share like what I've learned, and I always want to reiterate, I'm no successful entrepreneur, but if you want to know, it from someone who's like going through the daily grind and through the daily struggle and the hustle and stuff like that, then that's what this is. And I've got a ton of subscribers in the past month, so clearly that's like, you guys obviously want more content, and I'd love to vlog every day, but I can never find a balance. It's like when I vlog every day, then ShareSpark gets put on hold. So I'm hoping that this YouTube live thing is kind of a happy medium and a compromise, so that I can do both. But anyway, so what I wanted to talk about today is building a brand online, because that's what ShareSpark Media is. It's 100% online. I wanted to do an online business because I just think that's the easiest. It's the easiest business. I mean, it's easiest because that's what I find easiest. My background for my career is marketing and communications, and a lot of it has been digital strategy, social media marketing, and stuff like that. So maybe for me it's easy. But I just think like, I wouldn't start like a brick and mortar business. That's like rent that you have to pay. That's like permits and licenses. That's just like a whole nother thing. So my business is an online business. And I'll tell you what, it took me forever to figure out how I was going to monetize. I started out with this idea of like, okay, I know a lot about digital media. I know a lot about marketing. I know a lot about like consumer behavior and communication and psychology and kind of like how people's minds work. How can I turn that into a business? I want to help people. I want to, show people how they can use digital media to learn a new skill, showcase a talent, apply for a job, just like share their passion, all these things. Like these are all things that I have personally done. And so I wanted to, and I did it every day, like in my job or like with people in my life that I knew. And so I just basically, it took me a really long time to figure out like, how can I scale this online? And I actually started by trying to scale it offline. I tried doing classes in person. But it's just so hard to be like at someone else's like mercy, I couldn't get any of the classes scheduled because the people I was trying to schedule with were just like too busy. You're like this new person trying to, like, I tried reaching out to schools, I tried reaching out to churches and like other, networking groups, and just like everyone was just like, you were at the bottom of the to-do list, and I was like, all right, what can I just totally put in my control online, the internet? And it just made sense to me, like, okay, if my whole thing is digital media, then why wouldn't I use digital media for my own business, So I set up an online school, and I've just been selling my knowledge. Like that's how I've been doing it, and it's been like awesome. And I believe in it, like there's just so many things I've learned in the entrepreneurial journey, and one of the things was like, you're not going to sell all 7 billion people on this planet. And it's just a fact of life. Even the most successful people aren't liked by all 7 billion people on the planet. So I just was like, I'm going to create the best product that I can possibly create. I want to create something that I'm proud of. And, if people like it, then they buy it. If they don't, then they move on. And it's just like this thing that I had to get used to, because you kind of get hung up on like, oh, you don't like it? What should I do about that? But you just realize like that one person is so like that. Like no one person is going to stop you. Just like move on to the next guy. You can't convince the unconvincible, is like another lesson I've learned. So how long did it take you to be so natural on camera? I don't know. If you look at my first vlog, Steven, my first vlog I taped on April 16th of this year. That was like the first vlog of this entrepreneurial documentary I've done. And it took me probably an hour to film that thing, and I got 6 minutes of footage. So the vlogging thing is actually still really difficult, because what I do is I script something. Like I put together kind of an overview, and then I sit in front of the camera and I talk. And when I watch it and try to edit it into a vlog, it takes me forever because I feel like I just ramble. And so that's why when people tell me like, oh, you have such natural camera presence, I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But that's why I love live, because I don't have to edit, and like, I can just ramble, and if you guys like it, then you're here. If not, you click out, and I don't have to worry about trying to create this like perfect video. So yeah, that's the question for that. Branding, are you still doing Postmates? Yes, I'm still doing Postmates Kids Staying. I do Postmates probably like 2 weekends out of the month. I don't have to do it as much because I have clients now, and client work is just like, I don't know which one I like better, client work or Postmates, because Postmates is great because I can listen to podcasts and I can come up with ideas. I can kind of do work on my own personal business, and then client work, I'm just, I'm kind of still working for someone else, but it still provides me an avenue to kind of test my own skills. So I try to, the client work gives me a lot more money than Postmates ever will, but I just like to be out in the world. I like meeting new people because that kind of just like, I always come up with new ideas whenever I do Postmates. So I try to still schedule it in. I just signed up for Postmates on your recommendation. Awesome. This is so crazy. It's crazy like how many people have discovered me through Postmates. And it's great because it's been like so many of you guys are entrepreneurs yourselves, or if you're doing Postmates, then you're an entrepreneur. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard to like do full-time Postmates. I mean, I tried, but it's like, it's hard not to think, like, it's hard to just zone out. It's hard not to just zone out. It's like you get in the car and you just like, you come out and like 6 hours pass by and I don't really know what I've done. It's like I've just delivered food all day, and it's hard to like stay motivated. So I just have to like, find that balance. I don't know. Maybe it's easier for you, but like, it was hard. It's hard to like do it full time. I can't do that. So, yeah, if you are interested in building a business online, that's probably what most of the show is going to be about, minus what you guys ask me. I'm happy to take questions anytime. Yeah, I just heard from, so with Postmates, I'll just talk about Postmates since a lot of you guys are Postmates people. If you are doing Postmates, the first recommendation that I would do that isn't in my top 10 video, first of all, I know that top 10 video that you guys have seen, it's like at 15,000 views right now, maybe more. But I literally came up with those tips like in 5 minutes. A lot of it is just basic customer service, which I have experience in. And, I had some comments like, oh, that's so obvious. I know it is. I'm not like the perfect Postmate or anything. But, some people have actually found it valuable. And that's the thing. Like, you never know what people don't know. So I'm just sharing everything, and you can like it or not. But anyway, number one recommendation I would make to you guys is to get in good with your rep of your city. Like, I happen to share a co-working space with the Postmates rep of Long Beach. It was this building called We Labs, and so people could rent desk space and office space. And he had his own, he had the Postmates office in there, and I had my business, and I would just see him, like I would go in and out every day, and there's this long line of people like, going to office hours. And finally I was like, what is this? What is this Postmates thing? Like, why are there so many people coming in and out? And then, times got tough for me in terms of finances. And so I just was like, Josiah, help me, sign me up. What do I have to do? And, he basically did an onboarding with me, just like in his office, and was just like, here's what you got to know. I mean, it's pretty basic. You just load up the app and do it. But, because I had such a great relationship with him, whenever there was things that came up, like, hey, I have a promo event next Tuesday, do you want to be there? Like, do you want to work the booth? Do you want to, like, he would give me my own promo code, and if I could sign people up using that promo code, I would get a percentage and stuff. So it's like, you just want to be, this goes for like any job. If you have a great relationship with your supervisor, they're going to think of you when it comes for opportunities. And, if you don't want to be on their radar, then obviously, You don't have to. But for me, it's just, there's like things that there's an advantage to it, a lot actually. Let's see. A lot of the people just snatch the food from me and be like, peace. Yeah, it sucks. I hate that. That's why I stopped working at like 10:30 p.m. because I've noticed like after 10:30 at night, it's just like a lot of drunk and high people that are not going to tip me. They just, are lazy or they're like physically incapable of driving. So I cut it off at 10:30 because I just don't even want to deal with it. Let's see. A Teespring store. What is a Teespring? Oh, like apparel? Steven, are you working on like t-shirts and stuff? Let me know. So yeah, Postmates, let's see. It's been blowing up here in Long Beach. It is blowing up here in Long Beach. I just assume like it's blowing up. If it's blowing up here in Long Beach, it must be going big pretty much everywhere else. But yeah, so getting good with the rep. Let's see what else. What else do I get? I don't know. I get a lot of like newbie questions, like how does like the direct deposit work? And there's just so many questions that I get, which is funny because I don't work for Postmates. Like I'm just a courier like you guys. There's no difference between me and you. But the reason why I decided to make a Postmates video is because I remember that when I did Postmates, I had so much anxiety. I get anxiety for anything new that I try. I think it's like natural. I think most people are like hesitant to try something that they've never tried before. So I went on YouTube and I tried to find videos on like, can someone explain to me how this actually works before I go on my first drive? But I couldn't find any. So I was just like, forget it. I'm going to go and I'll make a video for all these people. And turns out I'm not the only one who feels the same as I did. So, yeah, you guys like start your own Postmates video. You guys are here. You have YouTube channels. You should totally do it. Trust me. There's definitely a demand for it. Let's see, Steven. Yeah, graphic tees. So, let's see, the marketing part. So we can switch back to branding. For branding, we want to come up with a branding statement. So for my personal brand, I'm an entrepreneur, vlogger, creator. That's like the consistency. And if it has to like, you have to reflect your brand in everything. So your colors, your website, any social media that you put out. Like there's so many times, like people tell you when you're branding, you have to focus on what you create and what content you put out there, but it's just as important to filter. So you don't want to put out stuff like, even if you think it's funny or even if you think it's hilarious or you're amused by whatever content, if it has nothing to do with your branding statement, don't put it out, period. You have to stay consistent to your branding statement. So for your graphic design, for your t-shirts, you have to kind of come up with a concept, like what do you stand for? Think of Nike, like Nike, they're like, when you think of Nike, you can think of apparel, you can think of the swoosh and just do it, and you can think of like sports and athletics and stuff like that. But really, like that's their products and services. That's what their brand offers. But their brand, like, what is it that they stand for? What emotions and what feelings does Nike convey in all of that? That's what you need to think of. So for me, when I think of Nike, I think of like victory and like overcoming obstacles, working hard towards something and overcoming something, like teamwork or like beasting, just really like pumping it and like you can do it. Like that's what I think of when I think of Nike. And so even if Nike is selling jackets, shoes, apparel, whatever, like that really is irrelevant. Nike is an idea, like the idea of like just do it, like nothing can hold you back. You can you could be victorious, you can win at anything. That's what you need to come up with for your t-shirts, for your brand, because then you can do whatever you want with it. You can make t-shirts, you can make like these kinds of t-shirts, you can make these kinds of t-shirts, but as long as it falls under like what does this brand stand for, the marketing is just easy. The marketing is easy because you just like watch any Nike commercial. None of it has anything to do with their clothes or anything. Like none of them are saying like, "Hey, buy our shoes because it's the best shoe." Nothing. Like none of that. You'll never see any of that. But it's always like, you'll see like an athlete at the the start line, you know, and then like by the end of the commercial, they've like their first place, they're winning, they're like, you know, running through the thing and just like everyone's cheering. That's what they're selling. They're selling like a concept, an idea, and whatever the product ends up being is just whatever. So that's when it comes to marketing, that's what you gotta think of. Okay, Postmates sucks in Tampa. I'm sorry, Malin. Hope I'm saying your name right. Postmates sucks in Tampa. You know, like a lot of people have told me about Caviar, Uber Eats, all the other things. So maybe try that. I don't, you know, I didn't set out to be a Postmate person. I just happened to see Josiah, who's the rep, in my office, and I was like, oh, cool, this would be an awesome way to make some side cash, you know? So I didn't even like bother looking into any other options. I didn't like, oh, I'm starting to shiver, it's freezing here. I didn't look into other options. The reason why I was so set on Postmates was because it's flexible. Like I could work for the first 2 weeks of the month, get rent, pay the bills, save all that up, and then I can never do it again until the next month. I couldn't do that with any other part-time job. I thought about working at Starbucks because I love coffee and I love meeting people, and I was like, oh, that'd be really cool. I thought about bartending, but then it's like you're on a contract. You know, you are expected to show up at a certain time, and that's just like something I couldn't do when I'm like starting my business because I needed something really flexible. So I just know that it's a short-term thing. So I didn't care about, you know, whether I make an extra $1 doing Uber Eats or not. It's all the same to me. Let's see. Video guy, Tom, how are you? I've missed you. Can't wait till we hang out soon. Oh, man. Let's see. Kevin, you should be a YouTube manager. Thank you, I think. I'm not really sure why, but I've actually met a YouTube manager before. YouTube is my favorite platform. I love this platform. It's awesome. I think it brings out the best in people, but I also think it brings out the worst in people. It's just like, I hate how people hide behind the anonymity of the internet, and you just like, all the negative comments just so kills me, you know? Like, and it's not because I take it personally, but I feel like a lot of people that leave negative comments have never created before. So they don't understand like the process of what it means to create, you know, like there's people who tell me that like, you know, my Postmates video is stupid and like, you know, that was so common sense and da-da-da. But no other creator would ever say that, because whether you like the content or not, you can appreciate the time that it took to like film it, edit it, upload it, post-production, like all this stuff. And it's just so annoying that people would, it kills me. So I don't know if I could ever actually work for YouTube. I love creating though. So, I mean, I'm just going to create until I die. But let's see. Keep doing you. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Tom, yeah, I'm doing well. Actually, Tom, I'm going to send you a link to the ShareSpark Media School because it's inspired by you, man. Seriously, if it weren't for you, I wouldn't have done any of this. So the school is like, I'm going to give you a free coupon code so you guys can, sorry, it's just for Tom. So Tom, you can take my class for free, but it's online personal branding for students. So basically that whole like Nike concept and marketing and all that, that's what I go over in helping students build a brand, because I feel like, you know, especially with digital media, when you apply for a job, when you apply for college, it's not just going to be your resume or your college application. You know, I mean, like even me, like when I meet somebody new, whether it's a possible person that I'm going to do a partnership with or do business with, if I ever got to the point where I needed to hire, I'm going to stalk you on Google. I'm going to Google you. I'm going to figure out what's out there. I'm going to check your Facebook. I'm going to check your YouTube. Not because I'm necessarily looking for something bad, but I'm looking for credibility. I want to know, like, okay, you know, you so-called, you know, you think you're all passionate about digital media. All right, then let me see a Twitter. I want to see a Twitter. I want to see like a blog. I want to see what you're all about, because you have the power to do this. No one has to tell you to do it. You know, like whether you already have a job or not. That's what's so cool about the internet, is because it's a tool for self-starters and people who take initiative. You don't have to wait for someone to tell you. You could just do it. And I feel like for college or for when you apply for a job, your online presence is just going to have that much more of like weight in terms of whether you get accepted or not. Because here's the thing, like, especially when it comes to like college, a lot of the people that are applying to college they look exactly the same on paper, exactly the same. They have 3.5, 4.0, whatever GPAs. They're all involved in the same clubs. They've all gone to the same high school. They've all done a sport. And really, like, how are you going to stand out anymore? Well, if you're a creator and you like, hey, check out my YouTube, like, check out, like, yeah, I'm a skateboarder, but check out all the videos I've made about my skateboarding and my passion for skateboarding. Like, to me, that just sticks out. Like, it's not like I'm trying to hire the best skateboarder, but the fact that you learned all this on your own, you learned how to set up a YouTube channel, how to, like, come up with a concept of video, how to use what tools you have, like, even if it's just your cell phone. Like, I'm using my MacBook Air. Like, you know, it doesn't take a genius to figure all this stuff out, but if you're passionate about it, that's what I want to see. And anyway, I have no idea how I started rambling about that, but that's like what the class is to help students, high school students, start building their positive online personal brand now, because I can guarantee, like, you know, I personally think that having no online presence is just as bad as having bad online presence. I mean, that might be taking it a little too far, but you're just missing out on so much. You're missing out on, like, all the opportunities that you could have if you just have an online presence and start connecting with people. I mean, never in the history of the human race has there been something like the internet where you could just, you have the power to connect with all these random people. Look at me talking to all these people online right now that I've never met before, except for Tom. Let's see, Kevin, this is my first time discovering you. You popped up on my recommend. Cool, that's awesome to know. Let's see. Really enjoy your content. Thank you. Kevin, I don't teach. I used to work at a school. I don't know. I don't teach. I'm not a teacher, but I love teaching people. So I decided to make an online school, which you can check it out at hub.sharesparkmedia.com. I'll type it here in the comments, hub.sharesparkmedia.com. Yeah, I'm definitely not a teacher. And the reason why I say I'm definitely not a teacher is because I used to work at a school, and I know how much like education and experience that real teachers have gone through. I don't have any of that. So, but I love helping people. I love teaching people. And so I do the best that I can. I don't have, like, any credential or anything. I don't know. I do my thing. Let's see. I've been spinning my wheels trying to find out what I want to be when I grow up. All right, kids staying. Actually, all of you guys. So here's the thing. Like, part of the class for the school is self-awareness. And I wish that someone had told me when I was 15, 14 years old what self-awareness was. It honestly wasn't until I started my own business that I realized what self-awareness was and how important it is to, like, take control of your life. Because here's the thing, like, if you don't set your own goals, someone else is going to set them for you, whether it's mom or dad, teacher, society. Like, all these people are going to tell you, like, oh, you need to be this, like, you need to do the 9-to-5, you need to be making 6 figures by, you know, whatever, you need to be married. Like, people are going to plan your life for you if you don't just plan it yourself. But the thing is, you can't plan your life if you don't know what you want, you know? And I never, growing up, I never even thought about it. I just kept going with the flow. And, like, my family is Filipino, so a lot of Filipino people are nurses, or they're like in the health field. And so I just was like, all right, cool, I'll be a doctor, sure. And it wasn't until my third year of college where I was doing an internship at a super popular hospital in Orange County called Hoag Hospital. And I saw a C-section and fainted. And I was like, okay, cool, I guess I can't do this. But I was already 3 years into college. So imagine, like, how much of a waste it was, like, time, money, the whole thing. And obviously here I am doing absolutely nothing with health. I ended up graduating with applied ecology, which was kind of like the closest thing to bio. And I'm not doing a single thing. I'm not doing a single thing with that, what is it called? That degree. I mean, the college experience was extremely valuable, But what I studied, God, I wish I'd studied psychology or marketing or communications or economics, English, like anything that I could actually be using now. But anyway, so like, you know, if you don't know what it is that you want to be when you grow up, there's this thing that you can do called self-awareness. And it takes, you know, people can poo-poo it and like tell you like, oh, you know, this whole like sit there and meditate. Like, I know it sounds cheesy and stupid, okay? But I promise you do have to get into a zone and like actually think about who you are and what is it that you're good at, what you suck at. Like, you have to acknowledge all these things. And then from there, you can create a path, okay? And actually, I'm going to show you guys my my word barf, I guess, when I was trying to become more self-aware of like who I was. I can show it to you. Because I hung it up on my wall because I'm so proud of it. But anyway, here we go. If you've seen my first vlog, you could actually see me do this. Hold on just a second right here. Boom. That thing. And Tom, if you're still here, that's the Chinese Mandarin thing. I hung it up on my wall from you. But yeah, so that poster, basically what I did was I wrote down, I started in the middle and I was like, okay, what am I passionate about and what am I good at? Like, what do people think that I'm good at? You can't, when you're doing self-awareness, you can't think like, what do you think you're good at? Because what you think doesn't matter, especially if you're going to start your own business, because you have to provide value that people want, not what you want. You know what I mean? So, I just started asking people. I was like, all right, what am I known for? What am I really good at? And I started to notice, like, what do people ask me for help about? And if you don't have anyone to ask, then the first thing would be to get experience. So go, like, you know, people are like, well, I can't get a job because I'm too young or I've never had a job before or whatever. Go volunteer. Go volunteer. You just need to put yourself out there where you're surrounded by other people, where you're putting yourself in an experience that you've never been in. You have to be out there in the opportunity. And then once you're there, then you can, you know, take the first step. But you just have to surround yourself with people that can evaluate you, you know? So no matter what opportunity it is that you take, that self-awareness experience can happen. But anyway, so I wrote down like, okay, what am I known for right now? What am I really passionate about? And then I wrote down like what I wanted to do in an ideal world. Like, if I had all the money in the world and I didn't have to think about money, what would I want to be doing? Because there's no way in hell okay, so that's another thing. Like, I'm not the type of person who's driven by money. I don't want to just make $1 million, make $100 million or whatever, and then call it quits. Like, I always want to be doing something. So I need money because I need money to live, right? But in the brainstorming session, I started with, okay, like, say money wasn't an issue. What is it that I want to do? And if you look at what I was writing, it all has to do with kids, with youth. I was like, okay, I want to empower youth. I want to create a YouTube channel for youth. I want to teach them leadership. I want to teach them volunteering and service learning, the value of giving back, how to get into college. Like, I wrote all that stuff down, but that doesn't really pay the bills. So I was like, on the other half of the poster, what can I sell? So take out the passion and do the opposite, profit. What is it that I have that I can sell? And it was all like social media marketing skills, you know, well, basically, yeah, marketing, communications. And I just took like what I'm good at. I really like to vlog. So I started making YouTube channels for people. I started helping them set up their social media marketing. I also have clients. So I do people's social media like on a monthly basis. And I take all kinds of profits I take all kinds of clients because, you know, I'm still trying to make money. So, yeah. And then I tried to combine it and make a path. So that's how I like became more self-aware. But, if you leave me your email, I'll send you a personal branding worksheet that is actually a part of the course of my school. So, in the online personal branding class for teens, the first chapter is about personal branding, and then, you know, the first chapter of the chapter is self-awareness, and there's like this worksheet of questions that you can ask yourself to help you identify what your goals are. It's so hard. It's like so hard. It's like when people ask you, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? Psh, I'm 31. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. No idea, you know? And it's like what's the meaning of life? Like, those questions are so open-ended and you're never going to come up with an answer. I need questions that are like practical, like I can actually answer them. And so that's what that worksheet is. So if you leave me your email, or you can private message me, whatever, and I'll be happy to send that to you. Okay, I need to look at the comments here. We're telling everyone in media club at school that, yay, cool, thank you so much, Tom. I don't know if you're still here. Interest, devotion. Phil Marti, whoa. Sorry, I'm reading the comments here. Everyone check it out, share it. We will post a link. Steven, yeah, 46, haven't figured it out. Yeah, same here. I don't think I'll ever figure it out. I always want to, like, just, keep trying to figure it out. I think that's what keeps everything interesting. Let's see. Very good. It all starts with writing something down. Hi, can I get a shout out? Wahaj Khan, shout out. Boom. Kevin sick. Okay, after this, I will send you the personal branding worksheet. I look like I'm 24. I'm surprised you said that old, because I feel like I look like I'm 19. And it's a problem, like people are like, wow, you look so young for 31. Like, aren't you like really happy about that? No, I'm not actually. It was cool when I was like 25, but every year that I get older, it's just starting to get kind of like annoying, because I've noticed that people treat me differently because I look so young. So like, I don't know, they're almost like condescending. The people are just like, oh, honey, like little girl, da da da. And I'm like, I'm not going to hold it against people because I can't control how I look, but it's just kind of annoying. Let's see. Okay, all you guys, Yo-Yo, Kamer, and Steven, I'm going to send all you guys that worksheet. So we'll do, no, I'm I'm not 19. I'm 31, straight up. July 2nd, 1985, holla. And being born in 1985, I attest a lot of my passion for digital media to being born specifically in the year of 1985, because I grew up with the internet. My YouTube channel, I started this YouTube channel the same year YouTube was founded. I was one of the first users of Facebook. Like, I witnessed what it was like to have a world without the internet, and then what it's like to have the world with the internet, And it's like this funny position of like, everyone older than me has lived in a time that didn't have the internet, and then everyone younger than me has never had a world without their cell phone, like, constantly in their pockets. So I think being born kind of like in between these two generations have been very insightful for me. But let's see. Our long shots on our office about the whole concept. Yes, Tom, we really need to catch up. At some point, I need to meet up with you. And do me a favor, Tom, give me your email so I can email you like all this info. Jose, have you monetized your YouTube channel? Yes, and I'll tell you right now, okay? So I've monetized my YouTube channel. Most of the content, most of my videos are monetized, so you'll see an ad, and obviously I get paid with more views that each video has. So if you want to make a YouTube channel and monetize, that's actually what I was supposed to talk about. Here's a post-it. That's what I was going to talk about. So, and it's not just with YouTube. It's really just like any online business. If you want to make money off online, if you want to make money using the internet, here's the formula to do it. Okay. So first of all, you need to figure out what you're going to sell, whether it's going to be a product or a service. So my thing is a product, right? I came up with classes to help people learn how to use digital media. So anyway, that's my product. Before that though, that was only as of like November. So this whole time since April to November, it took me that long to figure out, oh, I should probably make an online school. Other than that, like before that, it was just like research and like interviewing people and like a lot of services. So my service was to do coaching on like one-on-one private coaching on how to help people do their social media. So some people would ask me specifically about like, how do you start a YouTube channel? Some people would ask me like, how do I brand myself on Instagram, et cetera, et cetera. And so I would charge by the hour. So yeah, that's the first thing you want to do. You want to figure out like what it is that you want to sell, because that's the fundamental concept of business. You need to sell something, right? Once you figure that out, you got to figure out your branding. So as I was telling, I think it was Kevin earlier. You have to figure out. Excuse me, I just burped. you have to figure out your branding. So Nike, they have products, right? They sell like clothes and apparel and stuff like that, but they stand for something. So the brand, right? Victory, overcoming obstacles, winning. That's what you need to figure out for your brand. So for me, the ShareSpark Media brand is that digital media can help you achieve help you achieve your goals and present you with opportunities that like no other nothing ever will compare. Oh my god, I cannot talk. Wow. Let me start over. Digital media will help you unlock your potential in a way that nothing else will. That's what ShareSpark Media stands for. And my tagline for ShareSpark Media is share your story, spark your potential. It took me forever to come up with all this. Even the word ShareSpark, like I'm so proud of the word ShareSpark. I've turned it, it's like a noun, it's a verb. So like what I do in people is I ShareSpark them, because usually when I talk to people like this, and I tell them, hey, you can start a YouTube channel. You've never started a YouTube channel? You can. Like, you totally have the power to start a YouTube channel. I am no different than you. Start one, like start creating content. And people do, and then they have like subscribers, they get views, and they're like so excited and passionate about it, and that is share sparking. So anyway, so you come up with a brand. After that, right? So after you've got your product and your service, and then you've got your brand, the product and the service is what you sell, right? The brand is what you market. So you have to make sure that whatever platform it is that you're on, whatever digital medium that you are creating on, whether it's video, blogs, Snapchats, whatever, it has to be consistent to your brand. You have to stay consistent, because people are like very like little attention. You just have to keep drilling the same message. So yeah, that's marketing, and that's a branding and the services. So here we go. Once you've got that, three things, okay? First thing, consistency, that is the first thing. Because here's the thing. If you don't create content, no one's gonna consume your content, because you have nothing to consume. So if you have one video on your YouTube channel, like you have one chance of people discovering you. For me, I have like 130 videos. I have 130 chances of people discovering me. And every single thing that you create, that's more chances and more opportunities for people to discover you. So you have to keep creating. You have to just keep crunching out. Even if like, people, like for me, for sure, like I got stuck on perfection. I was like, oh my God, this video sucks. Like I just don't want to put it out there. I don't want anyone to see it. But here's the thing, like you are going to be your own worst critic for sure. For sure. Like you can create something absolutely terrible in your eyes, but there's someone out there who's going to think it's the best thing ever. So it really doesn't matter what you think. It really doesn't. It's like what the market thinks, and you're not going to know unless you put stuff out there. So consistency, you have to consistently create content and put it out on whether it's YouTube or Instagram, Facebook, Periscope, whatever it is that you're using, you have to consistently deliver content. Second thing, let's see, I'm just going to take a quick peek at the comments because I don't want to ignore you guys. Let's see. So here, and then we're coming up with a name. Also, recruit me. I made YouTube a while ago. Trying to make money off of YouTube. Do you charge to edit videos for YouTube? Do you charge to edit videos for YouTube? Like, do you want me to edit your videos? I don't. Okay, when it comes to creating videos for my clients, I charge on a monthly retainer. So my clients, like, they pay me every month, and I just handle their social media, and a part of that is creating video content for them. So for some of my clients, I do Facebook Lives. For some of my clients, I do YouTube videos. So if they have like a big fundraiser or if they have a big event, then I record video and then I put it into a vlog and then I upload it for them. But that's like, the amount that I get paid for that is part of the monthly retainer. No one has ever paid me to just like edit videos. No one's ever asked me to just do that. So I guess no. This is a dumb question. Can you make videos for me? So here's the thing when it comes to making videos, it's tricky because like, especially if we don't meet in person, getting the content to me is going to be a pain, like you're going to have to like, I don't know, buy a Premiere account at like Dropbox or something, because you're going to have to send like several gigabytes of footage over. So if you can logistically figure that out, maybe. And also you're competing with like my clients and Postmates, because the thing is, I'm not going to do something that's not worth my while financially, because I it's like, if there's one resource I wish I had infinite amounts of, it is not money, it is time. Time is the most valuable asset that you have, and it's non-renewable. Even the richest person in the world couldn't buy more time. So that's why, like, it's not even like, when it comes to taking opportunities that give me money, I have to make sure that, like, if it has to be worth it. You know, like, if I put more time into this, is that going to help me? And like, how much will it help me? Or do I spend my time doing something else because that's going to help my mission and my goals and stuff like that? So happy to talk, but until you can figure out, like, to make it absolutely easy, yeah. Let's see. Wordsmithing is so fun. Wordsmithing, I have no idea what wordsmithing is. Let's see. I found you searching for Postmates on YouTube. Steven, that's like you and everybody else on my channel. Honestly, I made 1 video, 2 videos on Postmates, and like, the world came. So if you, like, you guys are Postmates people, if you guys are doing Postmates, make your own videos. You know, like, you can watch my video again. There's nothing like special about it at all. All I do is just like talk about what I talk about what I literally learned myself. So I remember, like, on my first day, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I don't know, I'm very observant. So I noticed that, like, when I was really happy and cheery when I went to a merchant, then they made it easier for me. You know, so that's how I came up with that tip about the merchants. And then, like, one day I forgot to check the order. So I messed up, you know? And so that was, like, my first tip. Check the order. Like, you like, there's nothing, you know, there's no book on this. There's no right or wrong way to do it. People can choose to consume your content or not. The worst thing that they can do is leave you a negative comment, and it totally doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because here's the thing about negative comments. If someone leaves you YouTube likes comments, okay? Comments is what drives people to come to your channel, because the more people that comment on your videos, the more YouTube recognizes, like, hey, this video is getting a lot of activity. People like watching it. Let's show it to more people. Let's recommend it to more people. So even if someone left you a negative comment, YouTube isn't reading, like, what the comment is. They just know that a comment was posted. So I don't really care, like, what people comment, because either way, YouTube recognizes it as, like, this is a popular video, so it gets put out to more people. That's how it works with anything. Facebook, Instagram, all that. Like, that's what the algorithms are. That's what the cookies are. And yeah, okay, let's see. I'm inspired to edit a video after you end this live. Do it, man. Kevin, you know what? I would even tell you, just stop watching this right now and go make a video. I'm only doing this Facebook live show because I can't even believe I've gone on for 47 minutes. That's nuts. I was like, there's no one who's going to be here. But this is, like, again, I have this YouTube live show, and I'm going to do it every week because it forces me to create content without having to think about editing. That's what I get stuck on, is, like, you know, I can show you guys. I have a whole list of Postmates right here. Postmates, oh my God. I have a list of Post-its of, like, possible vlog topics. But as soon as I sit down and start recording, it's like I just get stuck on perfection, and I can't make a video that, like, I don't know. It's just the creative process that I struggle with. But live, hey, I can do live all day, every day. So I'm not going to do it every day. But every Wednesday, I'm going to have Heather's Happy Hour, and I'm going to shoot for 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So 6 p.m., I know it's already 8, but I started late today. But yeah, every Wednesday, I'm going to talk about entrepreneurship, personal branding, marketing. I will answer whatever it is that you guys have questions for me. And I get questions every day. So yeah, I'm going to keep going. Let's see. Have you used Facebook ads or Google AdWords to market? Jose, yes. Yes. Let me see what I can say about this. If you have a business that's very niche, I would recommend Google Ads. If you don't, like me, social media is not niche. Everybody is, like, claiming to be a social media expert. Then I would do Facebook ads, because Facebook ads, and Google ads are different in that you target differently. Because Google is a search engine. Facebook is a social media medium. And because of that difference, you target people differently. So, like with Google, you can target people on like geographically where they located, their age, their stuff, things that they've searched on in their browser and stuff like that. Or like the keywords that they're searching for. So if you are like a wine business, you can like use Google AdWords to do like red wine, white wine, best wine for dinner, but it's just so like, unless you can figure out what your niche is, you're competing with every other wine person out there. So you have to get really specific. With Facebook is very, very powerful because really it's just networking. It's like word of mouth. So if you can sell one person, you've pretty much sold their entire network, because people tend to be connected with like-minded people, right? So if you can sell like one person, then you're golden, and that's how people go viral, because like you just tap into like one network, and then you've tapped into like 50 other networks, and then you've tapped into like their 50 networks of each 50 networks, and it's just like that's where it explodes. But again, it is about the targeting. So you have to figure out like not necessarily demographics, so not like age or where they live and stuff like that, but like what do they like? So say you were Nike. I would target things like, you're not going to target people who are necessarily between a certain age, because Nike targets anyone when it comes to age, right? Like you could be old, you could be young, you could be any, Republican or Democrat. Like you could live on the East Coast, West Coast. Like you're not going to target that way, which is what I think Google is more towards. You're going to target more like, okay, do you run 5Ks, or do you have a history of like, I don't know, even dog walking, because that's like physical. Do you like doing like group events with friends? That's what I would try to, you could target by interest is my point on Facebook. You could target by interest. You could target by the pages that people like. So it's like, if you like this comedian, you're probably going to like another comedian or whatever. And so I really like Facebook ads, but with either one, you have to figure out like, you have to figure out what your target is, because it really doesn't matter how many people watch your stuff. Like, say I have like 1,000 subscribers right now, right? That doesn't mean anything. I could have 1 million subscribers. That doesn't mean anything. You have to figure out like what your goal is. What is your goal? Like, are you trying to sell something? What is your conversion? For me, it's a business. So I have two, right? I need money right now to like pay rent, but my ultimate goal is like how many people I help, how many people I share Spark, right? So that's like the ticker. Like how many people in the month of November was I able to inspire to start a YouTube channel? That's like what I want to do. And honestly, I'm still trying to figure out like what that ideal person looks like. And that's why I create content, because all of this is like market research. Like you guys ask me questions right now, I wouldn't know any of this unless you asked me, and you wouldn't have been able to ask me if I hadn't done this YouTube live thing, right? So it's like this whole thing. Okay, next question. Let's see. Which is such a small part of what you do? Yes, can I give you video clips and you work your magic? Maybe. We'll talk about it. I have to go now. See ya. Thank you for watching. Everything you're saying is so relatable. Yes, I know. Waste of money or no. Jose, it's not a waste of money. It's definitely not a waste of money. But again, it really comes down to like, you have to figure out what your conversion is. Figure out what your conversion is. So say someone sees your ad. What is it that you want them to do? Do you want them to watch a video? Do you want them to click on something that you sell? How are you going to measure success on your ad? So figure that out, and then figure out what your ideal client is. Let's see. When it comes to your ideal client, I learned this like from a podcast I was listening to a few weeks ago. If you can't figure out what your ideal client is, a lot of the times it's actually you. So your ideal client is you 10 years ago. Your ideal client is you 5 years ago. However, because that's like your experience, right? That's what you're selling. So when I learned that, when I heard that podcast, I just like everything changed. All of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, yes. This class I'm creating is for the 15-year-old me that was so lost and had no idea what to do, you know, like that's what I do. So what did I like when I was 15? And that's what I target. And I just start there, you know, and you're gonna figure out when you do this that there's a difference between who you want to sell and who actually is sold. There's gonna be two different audiences. So you know, people that you're trying to target, but then people who actually end up buying your thing, they end up not being the same. So like for Postmates, if I didn't do that Postmates video, none of you guys would be watching me. None. You know, and I could keep doing Postmates videos, but that's not my goal, you know? Like if I did Postmates video till Kingdom Come, I guarantee you I would have had like 1 million subscribers by now. Maybe not 1 million, but a lot more. Like I would have had a ton of views, a ton of subscribers, but I do not want to be known as the Postmates girl. No, sorry, you know? And so I just like cut it off. I do have, like, I will probably do a few more Postmates videos because I've seen that this happens. Like I meet other entrepreneurs and other entrepreneurs like my content and they follow me. But, yo, dude, like I quit my job and I'm not about to be a slave to Postmates. Like, no, you know, I get in the car, I do my thing and I leave and that's it. Anyway, I'm going to continue for a couple more since you guys are still here, but I didn't finish my three-part formula. So the first part was consistency. The second thing, okay, if you're trying to win at social media marketing and branding, is authenticity. Authenticity. Yeah. I wrote these in this order, but authenticity is like so important. It is so important. People can see through bullshit. Tom, I hope you're still not here because I just cussed. But people can read through that, man. Like, we see what's going on. You can't be fake. You cannot be fake. People are turned off by that. You know, you have to be real. You gotta be who you are. And, like, that's why, like, I remember the first time I started doing this, my mom was like, Heather, you need to put on a blouse and, like, look professional and stuff like that. I'm like, Mom, that's not who I am, dude. I know I still act like a kid. I wear this, like, snapback. I'm just chilling, you know? This is who I am, and I'm really good at being me. So I'm not about to, like, you know, do anything that's going to make me uncomfortable or something that I have to put extra effort into. I'm not going to be that. I'm just going to be naturally who I am, and that's what's going to make the people come. For anything, I promise you. Authenticity is what sells, especially on YouTube, guys. Like, you know it. Like, when you see people like that, that's why if you, like, look at some of my vlogs, I have no makeup on. I'm crying in some of my vlogs, and I put it out there because, like, it's part of the struggle, dude. I'm not going to tell you that it's just, like, all rainbows and so easy. No, this is hard. And people resonate with that because it makes you more relatable and makes you more like, oh, this person is doing Postmates. Wow, so do I, you know? And that's what it's about. Like, I'll tell you this right now. There are more, like, there's always going to be more watchers on YouTube. Guaranteed. There's always going to be more watchers. Always. So if you start creating today, there will be an audience. I promise you, because most people aren't going to jump off and create. I don't know why. I mean, maybe because I'm just like I got lucky. I discovered that I really like creating. So I don't know. But, like, if you, like, do what I'm doing, I will not be offended. This is my mission. I have dedicated my life to helping people create media. So go and make a Postmates video. Start with that, you know? But be real, dude. Like, do not pretend like you're someone that you're not. People see right through that. You instantly become unrelatable. Like, you're just not going to win. Like, that strategy is not going to win. And I don't even know why people do that, you know? Like, that's the reason why people do that is because that was traditional marketing. So even, like, businesses, they used to just tout why they are the best business. I have the best product, you know? Like, I am the best barbershop. Come to us. But, like, no one cares about, you know, you being the best because everyone's claiming to be the best. What is it that makes you stand out? Why are you different? You know? Like, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a vlog on how I have ADHD. My mom was like, oh, hell no, you are not putting out, you know, that you have this disorder. Like, you know, you're perfect. Like, don't let anyone know that. But it's like, dude, that is who I am. And that's what's made me, like, that hasn't stopped me, you know? And I'm proud of every single part that makes me me. And people, how much you want to get, I bet you, once I put out this ADHD video, all these people who have ADHD are going to be like, wow, you have ADHD? Me too. Da 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 da. And I'm going to get a bunch of ADHD people following me. Guaranteed. Promise you, man. So, like, people love a good story. People don't want to just see the ending. So if you're like super successful, no one cares. No one cares about that, man, because the people that are going to follow you are in the struggle. They're going to be in the same struggle as you. That's who you're trying to target. You're trying to target the person you were, before, in the past, a year ago, 5 years ago, whatever. And you just got to be real to yourself. And you know that you wouldn't have sold yourself if you lied, right? You just got to be honest. I'm getting really hyped up here. All right. Last thing, the very last thing on how to win social media and marketing and branding and all of this, relevancy, okay? You have to be relevant to your audience. If all of a sudden I started talking about, like, I don't know, how to bake a cake, like, why watch me bake a cake when you could go watch, like, all these people on Food Network? It's going to throw you guys off. And then you're going to be like, okay, is this next video that Heather's going to put out going to be about cakes? Or is it going to be about entrepreneurship and branding? It's like, now you're going to be like, do I watch it? Do I not watch it? I don't know. Da-da-da. You got to stick to your message. Notice, I always fall back to Nike because they're just amazing at their branding. But look at any piece of Nike content. Go on their Instagram, go on their YouTube channel, go walk into a Nike store. All of it just screams like, you can do it. Just do it. Like, you can, like, anyone's an athlete, anyone has the power, victory, like, all this, like, it just, all of it just screams that. And that's what you got to do. But you have to be relevant to your audience, So again, it comes down to, like, what did I like 10 years ago? Or, like, what was I feeling? What was the struggle that I was going through? It wasn't like how to bake a cake. It just wasn't, it was like, a lot of it was like, I have no idea what to do with my life. And this sucks because I'm a high school senior, I'm about to graduate, and I still don't know what to apply. Like, I don't know what to declare as a major. I don't know what to do. Oh, all of a sudden I'm graduating from college and I still don't know what to do. And, like, luckily I don't have any regrets in life. Life has just taken me, on a ride, and I've been thankful for where it's taken me, but I would have loved to been able to start this earlier, like, I'm 31 now, and I'm just so envious of everyone who's younger than me, because it's like, man, like, you guys have so much time. But anyway, yeah, you need to stay relevant. So, you could do things like, you can talk about other topics, but as long as it's relevant, right? So Postmates is relevant because a lot of you guys are entrepreneurs, right? A lot of you guys are entrepreneurs yourselves. Postmates, the essence of being a Postmate is, like, you don't have a boss, like, you run your own. Every Postmate, all of us, how we do Postmates is totally different. The way that I deliver food is not the same way that you guys deliver food. You guys might just, not even smile, or you're like me, I freaking put the pink lipstick on so that that accentuates my smile. Like, I purposely, like, listen to good music, so when I greet the customer, I'm in a happy mood. Like, there's all these things that I do when it comes to being a Postmate, and I just run it the way that I do it. So anyway, relevancy. So yeah, 3 things: winning social media, consistency, authenticity, and relevancy. If you guys got that down, you're golden. You are golden. And don't be fooled by my little, like, follower count, subscriber count. I do this, like, for a living. I did this for small businesses. I did it for school, for nonprofits. Like, this has been my career. So the reason why I have so little followers is because I haven't created content for myself until this year. So and I do a lot of research on this. I just know that this is what it takes. You know what it is? So like I said, that your target audience is you in the past. Also, you are always going to be the best market research ever. So, sorry. I think about, like, what I like and what I don't like on social media. Like, when I'm watching a video, what is it that I just, like, try to take myself out of my body and notice what it is that I'm clicking on, what I'm liking. Why is it that this video has caught my attention versus another thing? And I try to incorporate that, like, That's why I don't bother with negative comments. Like, if there's some content that I don't like, just click out of it and move on to the next thing, because who cares, you know? Like, who freaking cares whether that content sucks? Like, you have, it's like totally irrelevant. It has nothing to do with anything, you know? Everything is market research, every single thing. Even prank videos, you know, like, I don't understand prank videos. I think they have a place because they're hilarious and they're funny and they're entertaining, right? People come to YouTube for two reasons. Two reasons. They come to YouTube to be entertained or to be educated. Education, entertainment. 2 reasons. That's it, okay? People come to YouTube, they type in, how do you do this? How to tie a tie? How to start a business? How to market my brand? You know, how to do Postmates? Like, blah, blah, blah. And if you like go through my, if you go through how people have discovered me, it's all how to, you know, or like what to. So like I recently went to Iceland. What to pack for Iceland? How do I pack for Iceland? What do I wear in cold weather? It's all like education. People want to know, you know, they want to learn from someone else's experience. So, dude, just start YouTube channels, man. Like, this is the best thing ever. All right, let me see. I'm going to read more comments. Let's see. How is Instagram for promoting, and have you had success with it? Jose, I have had, it's a hit and miss. First of all, every audience on every platform is different, right? So obviously on Snapchat, you're gonna have a tendency to have a younger audience. YouTube is funny because I don't even think I can designate by age, because a lot of the people I know in real life are actually not on YouTube. And so that's how I know, like, there's still so much opportunity to be a YouTuber, because I just see all these people in my life who are being introduced to YouTube because of me, you know? And it's like, if I have the power to do that, then for sure, all you guys do, you know? Instagram, I have a love-hate relationship with, because to me, it goes against my number 2 rule of this thing, which is authenticity. It is like the fakest freaking platform ever. Like, everyone has just, like, every picture is like filtered as F. Like, it's just like so freaking fake. And like, even if you, what is this? Even if you look at my Instagram and you like scroll through the comments, like, I'll take a screenshot of my YouTube analytics and people will be like, wow, this is the most beautiful picture I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay, clearly you're spamming your comment on every photo, because my screenshot is not a freaking picture of nature. It's YouTube analytics, you know? So like, I just get a lot of spam and it's kind of annoying. But like, if you can find your target, it actually does convert. So people have clicked on my YouTube vlogs. People have clicked on the ShareSpark hub, the school. So I have 2 Instagrams. I have one for ShareSpark and one for my personal brand. And I've got clicks on both. So yes, I've seen success with it. And again, like, that's putting in 0 money, like no Instagram ads whatsoever. I just know how to work. I just know how to work it, you know? So like, if you go to my ShareSpark Instagram, my goal is to post out a tip on social media marketing or like personal branding, like all this digital media stuff every day. And one of the things that I posted was that every tag is an opportunity. That's on anything, okay? On YouTube, that's on Instagram. On Instagram, you can put up to 30 hashtags. And some people are like, why would you, like, that looks tacky. Why would you, like, put all 30 hashtags? Well, to me, it's like, I don't care what you think. I just want to be noticed, you know? I want exposure. And every single tag is a free opportunity for exposure. So why wouldn't you capitalize on all 30? To me, it's just like a waste, you know? Like, if you can't milk out the potential of every single thing that you create, whether it's a vlog or a graphic or a photo or whatever, it takes energy to make these things. And if I don't, like, you know, capitalize on the potential, I'm just gonna be pissed. It's like, what a waste, you know? So on your YouTube videos, when you upload a YouTube video, take advantage of the tags, guys. Like, that's how you get discovered, is that, you know, you associate your vlog with a tag that is relevant to the content in the video, and when people type in how to be a Postmates driver, you come up. You know, like I don't know why you wouldn't do that. And it's the same for Instagram. So like, I posted a picture of me being a Postmate, and Postmates driver, Postmates LA, like I use all 30 hashtags, and that's how you get discovered. That's how people find out who you are, because people actually look through through the hashtags. So anyway, I have seen success with it. Personally, I hate it, but it's worked for me, so I do it. And I totally encourage you guys to follow me because, I think you can learn a lot from my experience and just take what I'm doing and just freaking do it. Like, just do the same thing. I'm telling you exactly how I'm doing this. Okay. Wow, Heather, nice job. You have 1,000 subscribers. Last time I checked, you have 400. Thank you, Daniel. Just keep creating. Just keep creating, and then the people will come. If you just keep creating and you put your passion into it, okay, you can't create crap content. No one's gonna watch that. You wouldn't watch crap content, right? So don't BS anybody. You got to put your heart and soul into this stuff. And as you can tell, I think from like how I'm talking, I'm really passionate about this stuff. So you need to figure out what it is you're passionate about. If it's video games, then talk about that and like be real. Like be real to who you are, Like even if that's what's so awesome about digital media is like, no one would have taken me seriously. Like I'm a girl gamer. I've been playing video games since 1985, since like the Atari. And people always used to tell me like, stop playing video games, Heather. Like, you need to get a real job and da-da-da, And it's like, well, if I had social media back then, I would have had Twitch. Like, I would have been on Twitch. I would have been recording myself playing video games, and I would have been PewDiePie right there, But, like, I didn't have this back then. So it doesn't matter what your passion is. Like, no one can tell you whether your passion is good or bad. Like, what people think, it doesn't matter. What you think, it doesn't matter. It's just, like, what can you talk about that you can, like, be as passionate about me? Like, I can't even talk. What can you talk about where you're as passionate as me? And then just go. Just go, dude. Just go, okay? Let's see. How do you feel about the new Postmates updates? They're annoying. I usually cancel deliveries and only get the food deliveries. I can't do deliveries anymore. Yeah, there's some things I like about the Postmates updates, and there's some things that I hate about it. So, like, I hated the support because there was none back then. Like, when I made my Postmates video, like, there were so many times where, like, things came up and I had no idea what to do. So I did what I know how to do, and I freaking went to Twitter, and I was like, yo, dude, I have issues, and there's no one I can contact. There's no number I can call. There's, like, no one I can reach out to. And then all this stupid, like, push this for support if your problem is this. My problem wasn't listed. So I was like, this is, like, I can't talk to anybody. But with the updates, they fixed that. So I really like that because I can't tell you how many times I was like, you are not, it's like I'm working for you guys technically, and you're not making this easy for me. It's just so annoying. But yeah, that was my biggest gripe with them. Let's see. Am I not authentic enough? King Flip, honestly, I'm not sure because I haven't watched your stuff. So I'm not going to lie. And going off of that. So here's the thing with being a creator and a watcher. Okay? I try to limit the content that I consume as much as possible. So when people say like, oh, can you watch my stuff? Can you do whatever? Every single piece of content that I consume it's like I'm not creating. I'm sitting here digesting someone else's content. I'm not creating. I could be creating, but I'm not. And I struggled with this with Casey Neistat because this man, Casey Neistat, is like my hero when it comes to creativity and vlogs. And Gary Vaynerchuk, is my hero when it comes to entrepreneurship and business. These guys are the men in my life. Like, if it weren't for these two, I would be completely lost. But they are successful at what they do, and both of the things are what my passion is. And so they, like, validate how I feel a lot of the times. But I found myself, like, just constantly digesting their content. Like, I couldn't stop watching Casey's vlogs. I couldn't stop listening to Gary's podcast. Like, literally, I would have it going on in the shower while I was doing Postmates, like, all this. And, like, Gary and Casey, both of them were like, if you want to do this, stop listening to me. Stop watching me and do it. So, I really take that to heart. I had to, like, with Casey especially, I mean, if you haven't heard, he quit daily vlogging, but I would use it as a reward system. So I'd be like, okay, I can't watch his vlog until I make mine. That's it, and same thing with Gary. So, like, I try to just limit the amount of content I consume that's like other people's. I'm so happy to help you, though. Please don't get me wrong. That's my mission. But I don't go around, like, just looking. You have to, like, send it to me. You have to connect with me. Like, send me a message. I'll type my email in here just so you guys have have it. Oh shoot, I gotta plug in my charger. Okay, let me see. Scrolling up to the comments here. I'm probably in the past. I'm lost as fuck. Kevin, it's okay, man. It's not too late, dude. Let's see. Better go on the challenges. Fake, I never thought of it that way. What if I don't have a product to sell on YouTube? Should I just make up some BS to get subs? Used to it. King Flip, what did I just say about authenticity? You can't BS people. You can't. You cannot. I promise you, you won't even get subscribers. Like, it's just not how you're gonna win. You wouldn't watch BS, and you know that, right? You gotta sell yourself before you can start selling other people. So here's the thing. If you don't have a product and you don't have a service, if you don't have anything to sell, you have to figure that out first. You can't like go for, you have to go in order. And that's why for me, like, if you watch my YouTube vlogs, like, there's, it wasn't like success overnight. I didn't get those 1,000 subscribers overnight. It's like, you have to figure out who you are. You have to become more self-aware so that you can understand what it is that you can sell. And if you are not good enough at something or confident in something where you can be like, I can sell this, then you have to put yourself out there, go pursue other opportunities until you can figure out what that is. So sometimes it's harder to figure out how you can provide value. Like, it's hard for you to just sit there and be like, how am I valuable? Because oftentimes the value that you can provide is not something you're thinking about because it comes so naturally to you. Like, for me, I had no idea that people actually needed my help with YouTube. Like, even you guys, you're all here, like, gaining a lot of value from what I'm saying. But to me, I would never think, like, on my own that I'm really good at YouTube and people aren't. Like, that, I just wouldn't have that thought because I'm in YouTube every day. Like, that is my thing. And so a lot of the times, like I said, it's going to be the same for you where, maybe you're really good at this one thing, but you don't realize it, because you do it every day and it's just so natural to you. And that's why part of becoming self-aware is that, like, you have to detach yourself from yourself. Like, you have to come out of yourself and, like, try to look at yourself from third person. That's why, like, it's a lot easier to describe your friends and family because you're only getting the outside perspective of them, right? But you're yourself every day, and so you never get the outside perspective. So you have to, like, take yourself out. You can get the outside perspective from asking your coworkers, your boss, your friends, your family. Like, ask them, hey, what am I really good at? Like, or how have I helped you? Or get feedback from your boss. Like, what is your favorite thing about, my work? Like, in what way have I contributed significantly in the past year? Or, I don't know. And the thing is, if you don't, sorry, I need to drink water. If you don't put yourself out there, if you don't pursue opportunities and you just sit in your house, like, you're never gonna, like, have these revelations. Like, you're never gonna learn about yourself if you just sit there like a freaking, sloth. You have to go out and do something, and don't even give me that excuse of, like, you can't get a job or whatever. I am 100% like hardcore nonprofit person. So I started a nonprofit. I've worked for nonprofits all my life. I've volunteered since I was a kid. So, like, people, like, nonprofits always need volunteers, always. Go find a cause that you're passionate about and go to them. Go to whatever nonprofit in your local neighborhood and be like, yo, I'm on YouTube. Can I help you share your story? I can make videos for you and upload them for you. I promise you, no nonprofit would be like, say no to you. Like, everyone is going to say yes. So there's definitely a way to pursue opportunities. And especially with social media, you guys can connect with virtually anyone on this planet using Twitter or YouTube. So go find out what that is. Once you figure out what you're good at, then you got to figure out how you monetize. It took me forever, and I had to talk to a lot of people. Because I have zero business experience, nothing. I didn't go to school for this. There's no entrepreneurs in my family, I had no idea I didn't even know how to spell entrepreneur. I didn't know anything about this. And that's why, like, taking the leap into entrepreneurship has been the best decision of my life because, like, I just didn't know that this is what I was. I was never able to fully understand, like, what I was capable of until I just jumped in and did it. And let me tell you, like, it was so hard. Like, my mom and dad, my brother, I used to see them every weekend. We completely stopped talking because it was so hard. Like, why would you, you have your daughter who is making, like, you know, I had a freaking baller ass salary. I had benefits. Like, I had a really good career going for me. And I basically was like, peace out. I don't want any of it, you know? And I couldn't explain that to my family. They just couldn't understand, like, why would you give all that up for uncertainty, you know? And I mean, now they understand it now. They've seen, like, my school, and they've seen the reception, and, you know, they've seen the money come in and stuff like that. So now it's like, yay, to get it. But the monetizing part can be a struggle. And like, I don't know, you have to talk to people. And then you have to figure out, like, the value that you can provide and see how you can sell that online. For me, like, I can never make anything. I can't make anything. Like, I'm not very, like, well, make as in, like, I can create. Okay, I can create, like, digital media content, but I can't make, like, clothes, you know? Like, I am so, like, graphically untalented. Like, I could never draw. I can't draw. I'm not good at matching colors. Like, I don't know. I can't, like, fashion. No fashion sense here whatsoever. I just wear whatever makes me feel comfortable. I don't care about that. But, yeah, like, maybe for you it is a product, you know? Maybe for you it's, you can make something. I don't know. But I just have gone in on my personal brand and, like, selling my knowledge and my experience. That's totally something to be had. And I'll tell you, the online school that I am building, the platform I'm using, this one girl who's seen so much success from it, her class was on how to renovate an RV trailer. And she's making 6 figs a month off of this class. So, you know, you never you never know what people are gonna like. To her, you know, renovating RV trucks is probably not. It's, like, not a big deal because she does it all the time. But then she just, like, put it into a class, and people actually want to know. So, same thing with Postmates. I would have never thought, like, actually, the reason why I did that Postmates video is because I was on the daily vlog grind, and I didn't know what to make that day. And the sun was setting, I was running out of time, and I was like, oh, whatever, I'll just talk about Postmates. And that's what I did. Anyway, I'm going on an hour and a half here. Let me see what else you guys are saying. Let's see. Tom, you're still here. I'm sorry, I'm cussing. Let's see. People do great information. I'll keep viewing your vids. I'm pretty clever and funny with your people. I don't know how I would translate that to talking to a camera. Steven, okay. People ask me that all the time. Like, I don't know what my personality is going to be like in person. Like, when you're talking to a camera. So here's the thing. You never know until you try. I remember the day Facebook Live came out. I was, like, peeing in my pants before I went on live because I just didn't know. And I couldn't even watch a YouTube video because it had just come out. So no one else was doing it. And what I did was I took my cell phone, I took my selfie stick, put it on, turned on YouTube Live, and I walked through Long Beach. That's what I did. Like, that was my first YouTube or Facebook Live thing. That was probably one of the first Facebook Lives ever. And I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, like, if I was even going to have service. I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't know how people would react. Like, but I don't know. I was like, I'll just figure it out. So, you know, it was a market research opportunity for me. Everyone was, like, so curious about it. Like, no one did anything inappropriate, thankfully. And everyone was, like, they jumped in, they said hi, like, they were really excited about it. So that, you know, that was market research for me. I'm like, okay, cool, people know what this is. And then, like, it's like when you're on the camera, you eventually forget that you're on it. So, like, even right now, I feel like I'm just kind of talking to the mirror. And when I'm on YouTube Live and Facebook Live, I don't look at myself. So I purposely cover the video. I don't want to see myself because I don't want to talk to me. I want to talk to you, but I don't know. So if you like look at my screen right now, it's just, like, the comments and, like, a white screen because I feel like seeing me kind of throws me off. And then also another thing more important than your personality is, like, where you're looking. Because the power of these platforms, YouTube and Facebook and vlogging in general, is that the people watching you feel like you're talking to them, right? And the reason why they feel that is because you are looking directly at the camera. And that is completely opposite of how video used to be done. You don't cross the third or the fourth plane, as people say. You know, like people are talking to each other. You're kind of just the observer. You're not part of the situation. With vlogging, that's 100% 180. So it's like I'm talking directly to you. So even more so than your personality and how you come off camera, as long as you make sure that you look straight directly at the camera. So even like if you're doing this, I know when I'm in selfie mode, I have a tendency to look at myself. I have to like, I actually flip it and I make sure I look at the camera so that way I don't look at myself. But yeah, let's see. Same here. I'm pretty clever. Hi, Heather. Hello. Noradine. Hello. I'm very good. People say I make funny faces. I don't know. You just never know. The internet is weird. Yeah, the internet's weird for sure. It's weird. The internet is weird. I don't know. Let's see. I love Casey Neistat. Casey got a crew low key. What, he quit? Casey did not quit. He's just not daily vlogging anymore. And King Flip, you say that Casey has a crew. As a fellow vlogger, I don't think he does. Like he's a professional filmmaker. That's what he did. And it takes me about an hour to make a vlog. So a professional filmmaker, I think it would take them like even less time. I put more time in. On average, it probably takes me like 2 hours to make a vlog. But I don't have to. I just do that because like I care about the music that I pick and I care about like, I put my heart and soul into them. But I don't have to. I think that's with Casey too. Let's see. Yes, he didn't quit, Kevin. He's just not daily vlogging anymore. So if you haven't had a chance to check out his stuff, he's got a lot going on, and I really admire him. I mean, like I said, he's my hero. So he's getting so much hate, like, oh, you abandon your fans and da 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 da. When it comes to entrepreneurship, dude, it's not about the fame. It's not about the fortune, period. This is not why we do this, Like, I'm not creating vlogs to get 1 million subscribers. That's not my goal. My goal is to help people use digital media to share their story and spark their potential. That's what I care about. And if there's a better way for me to do that that's not YouTube, I'm going to go do that. And that's what Casey did. It's like, people are giving him hate, like, oh, yeah, you quit for the money, and, like, he sold his company to CNN. Well, whatever, dude. However he wants to live his life and, try to accomplish his personal mission, that's his thing. Who are you to say anything? It's just so annoying, man. Anyway, let's see. He also sold the company to Beam. Yes, you can trust Tom to know what's going on with Casey. My favorite about your work is your devotion and your true passion. Aw, thank you, Tom. That really means a lot to me. What is the biggest source of income? My biggest source of income right now is my clients. So, like I said, Tom, people pay a retainer for me to do their social media on a monthly basis. So basically what I'm doing is I'm like the communications manager at RHP, but for like multiple clients. And I don't actually like work there. They pay me and I come in as a contractor is what I'm doing. Was that Sandy? Sandy is an intern. I forgot what you were talking about. The one with the trailer. I don't mind. Hi! My brother is here. Hello, Kevin. Hello, Kevin. What's up, Kev? If that t-shirt guy is still here, my brother does t-shirts. He's a graphic designer, and he's a lot more creative when it comes to like the whole artsy color stuff and graphics. So if you want to check out his stuff, definitely link it. I think it's hntr.com. I don't know, but yeah. Okay, cool. So an hour and a half. My goodness, this is definitely not what I thought was going to happen, but I can't believe you guys have stuck around this whole time. So, yeah, I think I'm going to end it now because I need to edit a vlog and I have to stick to my own advice, which is to just create more. And that's why my my social media name is HeatherJustCreate, because I always have to tell myself, like, keep creating, keep creating. I have to go. See you next Wednesday. Awesome, Steven. Thank you. Every Wednesday, Heather's Happy Hour, starting at 6 p.m. If I find that another time, if I find that another time is more convenient for everybody, then I'll move it. I don't, I'm flexible, but I don't know, like, get it, Kevin. Go edit that video. Yeah, man, stop watching me. Log off now. Go create your videos. And when you edit your video, when you're done, send it to me. I'd love to check it out. I'll subscribe to you. Awesome. See you guys next week. Oh, this is so cool. See you guys next week. All right. Yeah, me too. It's already 9 o'clock. My God, I need to, I have work to do. So anyway, thanks for being here, guys. Heather's Happy Hour next Wednesday, 6 p.m. I will see you. Oh, and then also my other Facebook Live show for my business, that's only about digital media. So if that's what you're interested in, it's on Facebook Live. So it's on facebook.com/sharesparkmedia every Monday at 6 p.m. You can actually go there right now, and there's probably topics that I've talked about that you might be interested in. So it's just free content, free stuff for you to learn in case you want to get into this stuff and start building a personal brand and start doing online marketing and stuff. So yeah, cool. All right. Catch you guys later. Thanks for being here. Bye. How do I turn this off? All right, here we go.